I am excited to be a part of the official launch of Montana Canvas's latest wall tent, the Bridger. I was fortunate to use this tent on a couple of hunts back in 2020 and fell in love with the tent. And it's officially going to be launching and available in February during the Western Hunt Expo in Utah. But I'm here at Elk Camp. I've got it here and I'm going to set it up, and then I'll be able to walk you through some of the features and benefits and why I like it. But first off, everything you need for a wall tent is in one bag. So yes, it's a large bag, but it's easy for two people to handle, very manageable for one person. So we're going to get it set up, walk you through it, show you how to set it up and why I'm so attracted to this new tent. The setup instructions for the Bridger series of Montana Canvas's tents is pretty simple. We certainly recommend setting up the tent with at least two people, but it is doable with one. So make sure you read the instructions carefully just to avoid excessive force to any part of the tent or poles. In order to get started, you lay the tent flat on the ground with the door and windows facing up. Make sure that the door is zipped closed during the setup to allow the tent to square up properly. Then stake out all of the webbing loops on the tent body. It's recommended that you start with all four corners to square up the tent and then complete the rest. For maximum holding power of the stakes, it's recommended to insert all the stakes into the ground at a 45-degree angle from the ground with the top facing away from the tent. Then locate the short one-piece poles and start at one outside corner. Using one of those poles, insert the post on the top of the pole into the bottom of the grommet. Then locate the pin on the webbing ring and insert it into the bottom of the pole. Attach the hook and loop tabs around the pole to help secure the pole in place. Repeat the process with the remaining outside corners, then complete the same step for the remaining webbing rings that have a pin. Then locate the black guy lines. Prepare the guy lines by tying a loop or slip knot on the end of the line opposite the tension adjuster. Go to a corner and place the tied line loop over the post on top of the short outside one-piece pole. Follow the center line of the tent and place your stake roughly 5 feet from the sidewall of the tent. You want to leave your guy lines fairly loose at this point and repeat the steps at the remaining 3 corners and all sidewall poles. Once you've done that, locate and assemble the largest diameter center pole of the tent. Unzip the door, lift the tent up as you step into the tent with the pole. Locate the top center of the tent and push the roof upward with the pole. The bottom of the pole will end up in the reinforced area of the floor when you're complete. The tent is equipped with a double pole line awning system. Locate and assemble the 2 complete awning pole lines. The shortest overall pole line will be the one that goes on the awning closest to the tent. The longest overall pole line will be the one that ends up as your farthest outside awning. Insert the shortest pole line into the yellow sleeve under the front awning. There's a webbing loop with 3 pins located on either side of your door. You will then insert the bottom of this awning pole into one of those pins on one side of the door. You will repeat the same process on the other side. Now finalize by attaching the clips from the tent to the awning pole on either side. The longest outside awning pole now will be inserted into the green sleeve under the front awning. You will then insert the bottom of this awning pole into the remaining pin on one side of the door. You will repeat the same process on the other side of the door. Now finalize by attaching the remaining clips from the tent to the awning pole on either side. Your tent should be pretty complete, but for the final steps, adjust the guy lines to stand the walls up straight. Once the tent is straight, all guy lines can now be fully tightened. We always recommend properly securing your tent with all the guy lines. Now your Montana Canvas Bridger Series tent is complete.